spring is almost here and I felt like doing a sketch on that subject. Here in the eastern Canada, it takes a while for the spring to actually start. Right now nothing is blooming, but I really felt like doing some flowers, and I'm gonna use my Copic markers here. You can see that I'm dipping my markers in the rubbing alcohol. I not recommending doing it because I don't know if it destroys your Copics or not, but my Copic markers are pretty old. I bought them several years ago. I was really scared to use them because they're so expensive, and I also don't know how to use them, so I just didn't know what to do with them. They were just sitting there, and recently I noticed that some of them were drying off, so that made me spring to action. I thought I really need to learn how to use them, and one thing that helped me is dipping some of the markers that got kind of dry into alcohol, and that kind of brings out the ink again. I know that they recommend to pull out the tip and kind of inject some alcohol inside in the ink storage part. First of all, I tried that on one of my markers and I destroyed the tip. Maybe I wasn't gentle enough, but I decided I won't, risk again. And also I come to really like my method because it revives it, but also it kind of makes it feel a little bit like watercolors. The ink will be very flowy, and it will be kind of light, so I can layer a lot more. One of the things that scared me of the alcohol markers at the beginning was that the colors are very vivid, and I'm so used to my watercolors and my gouache where I can mix any shade, any tint I want. I can mute them, I can lighten them. I have a lot of control over them, and with markers I felt like, well, this is the color you have, and you have to use it as it is. I'm too much of a beginner to understand how to mix and blend them. So this method of dipping into alcohol is one of my ways to kind of ease into it. I really like the color palette I have so far. I really like that kind of a blue-green background I have going on, and it also reminded me of like a fish tank feeling. So I kind of created at the edges, I created this kind of like bubble shapes. I felt like it was fun, like having an atmosphere of like being underwater. And also it kind of helped me to create the edges. I didn't really want to have like clear, like straight edges. So this was a fun way to create kind of like a vignette look. And here I'm going with the second background color, which is darker, but also kind of a blue-greenish. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with those edge shapes, this like tiny bubble kind of shapes at the edges. And now I'm just trying to make the flowers stand out by kind of darkening the background around them. And now is the fun part, using color pencils. This is something that I picked up by watching a lot of alcohol marker tutorials, that a lot of artists use color pencils to finish off their pieces. And this particular paper is not great for like layering color pencils. I guess it can take like one or two layers, but not more than that. This is an Ohuhu marker paper sketchbook, and marker paper is very, very smooth. So like there is no tooth to it at all. And color pencils need a little bit of a tooth to hold on to. So yeah, I can do like one or two layers, but that's more than enough. I'm shaking the table a little bit because I'm pressing so hard, and yeah, sorry for that, but I really felt like I needed to do that again because the paper is not very receptive to color pencils. And it might be a bit bothersome for some people. I know some people don't like when you touch your art, but what I really like doing is, like, after I put down the color pencil, I like to kind of do a flick motion to kind of, the little crumbly bits that sometimes get left behind, so they settle into the paper. And I also enjoy a slightly kind of blended, smudged look of the color pencils. So yeah, sorry if it's irritating, but I'm gonna do that throughout the whole video. And I really enjoy doing the flowers, so I'm not going to edit this part of the video. So I don't know, if you like it, you can enjoy that as well. I felt like flowers were the focal point of the sketch, and I really, really enjoyed working on them. Yeah, as I said, back home in Ottawa, nothing is blooming yet. So this week I'm planning to drive down to Toronto, where it's a lot warmer. And one thing I'm really looking forward to is cherry trees blossoming in High Park. It's a really nice spot. It attracts a lot of people, so I expect it will be crowded. But I'm taking my sketching supplies with me, and I'm hoping I will get to do some plein air sketching. But I guess we'll see about it. Depends on the weather too. And a little bit later back at home, there's gonna be tulip festival. We have a lot of tulips here. And my favorite thing are magnolias. We have a nice spot with like a few magnolia trees around. And I feel like magnolias are very beginner friendly for sketching and painting, because the flowers have such defined shapes. Whereas cherry blooming, for example, I find it a lot more challenging because, the clusters of this like tiny flowers might be, very difficult to sketch. You either have to go very detailed or try to break it into like generic shapes, and both are challenging in their own ways. So this is what I've got so far, and I'm pretty pleased with this. I like the color palette, I like the shape designs, but I felt like something is missing. I just wanted a little bit more of a textured look, and I always liked hatching, so I thought I would incorporate some of that. Lately, I've also been obsessed with magenta color. I bought some colored pencil leads. I also bought some magenta ink. So yeah, I was itching to, to utilize it somewhere. And I also felt like the whole sketch had a lot of cool shades. So some warm accents would look really good. Nothing too bold, but a little bit of like warmness to it. It was also very relaxing to do this because it was pretty subtle, so it was nothing that could, make it or break it. So I just enjoyed these little touches. And here it is, all done. Thank you for watching.